History is filled with tales of travelers and discoverers. Megasthenes, Fahine, Heinsang, Marco Polo, Vespucci, Magellan. One can go on and on, but most of them had a purpose. Some were traders, some desired spices, some wished to prove the world was round, some wanted to learn, some just wanted to make some quick money. In history, though, there is only one man who traveled just because he liked to travel, because he liked to see new places and meet new people. So particular was he about the new that he imposed a rule on himself to never to travel to any road a second time. Today, I am in the homeland of this footloose angel who I officially adopt as my guardian angel. I am in Tangier, and this is where Ibn Battuta was born. For over 30 years, he traveled across 3 continents, Asia, Africa, and Europe. And this comes to around 120,000 kilometers. Today, 120,000 kilometers is perhaps nothing. But then Ibn Battuta lived in the 1300s. Just 50 years before Battuta, Al-Qazwini was writing about men without heads and others whose eyes and mouth were in their chest, who lived in now what is called Indonesia. At the same time, Marco Polo was writing about an Indian bird so massive and strong that it will seize an elephant in its talons and carry him high into the air and drop him so that he smashed to pieces. Having so killed him, the bird swoops down on him and eats him at leisure. It was in this world that was full of strange things, scary monsters and adverse geographies, and even more hostile humans that Ibn Battuta traveled. We can go on and on about the routes Ibn Battuta took and the people he met on the way. But to me, that is besides the point. What differentiates Ibn Battuta is his desire to travel for the sake of travel and the courage it took to do that. He began his travels at the age of 21 with a trip from Tangier to Mecca, and from then on he kept traveling until he returned back to Tangier at the age of 49, which in those days was a ripe old age. On his return, his travels were put down in a book called Rihal, which means nomad, the gift of the beholders on the peculiarities of the regions and the marvels of the journeys. I would like to give an example about how perilous travel was in those days. Ibn Battuta had heard that the Sultan of Delhi, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, was an extremely generous to Islamic scholars. So he decided to journey to Delhi from Mecca. There was only one issue, which is lack of information and clarity about what route to take to get to Delhi from Mecca. So let me tell you the route Ibn Battuta took from Mecca. From Saudi Mecca, he passed Egypt, reached Syria, boarded a ship for Asia Minor from Latakia in Syria, then crisscrossed Anatolia, Turkey, continued across the Black Sea to Crimea, Ukraine, then headed to present-day Astrakhan, from where he headed to Bulgaria, Europe. Eventually, Battuta ends up in Constantinople, Istanbul, from where he continues in general direction to India. He passes through Bukhara, Samarkand and Balkh, and then via Khorasan and Afghanistan reaches the Hindu Kush. From here he travels to Delhi, where his expectations of generosity are met. Imagine this journey. This is why I believe Ibn Battuta should be canonized as the patron saint of travelers. As I said, I am in Tangier, birthplace of Battuta, and I for sure will be paying my respects.